Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Faroidatul Ardani. I'm class 2nd G. I'm from English Education Program at Galuh University, Ciamis. In here, I will explain about public speaking, about the material, verbal communication. Definition: the verbal communication. Verbal communication is the use of words to share information with other people. It can therefore include both spoken and written communication. However, many people use the term to describe only spoken communication. The verbal element of communication is all about the words that you choose and how they are heard and interpreted. Use affecting vocal delivery when giving a speech. Vocal delivery includes pitch, speaking rate, volume, pronunciation, articulation, pauses, and general variation of the voice. A speaker has at least two key vocal obligations to an audience. Speak to be understood and speak with vocal variety to maintain interest. Speak to be understood. To be understood, you need to consider four aspects of vocal delivery. First, volume. Second, articulation. Third, dialect. Fourth, pronunciation. First, I will explain about volume. Volume, the fundamental goal in your vocal delivery is to speak loudly enough so that your audience can hear you. Second, articulation. The process of producing speech sound clearly and distinctly is articulation. Third, dialects. A dialect is a consistent style of pronouncing words that is common to an ethnic group or a geographic region. Fourth, pronunciation. Whereas articulation relates to the clarity of sound, pronunciation concerns the degree of which the sound conforms to those assigned to words in standard English. Explain how to use a microphone when speaking in public. No matter how polished your gesture or well-intentioned your vocal cues are, if you are inaudible or use a microphone awkwardly, your speech will not have the desired effects. There are three kinds of microphones. First, the lavalier microphones is the chip-on type often used by newspeople and interviewers. Second, the boom microphones, used in makers of movies, hangs over the heads of the speakers and is remote controlled. Third, the most common microphone is the stationary microphone. This is the type that is most often attached to a lantern, sitting on a desk, or standing on the floor. Describe the steps to follow when rehearsing your speech. Rehearsing your speech, some final tips. Rehearsal is the key to effective verbal and non-verbal delivery of your speech. The following suggestions can help you make the most of your rehearsal time. First, finish drafting your speech outline at least 2 days before your speech performance. Second, before you prepare the speaking notes to use in front of your audience, rehearse your speech alone to help determine where you will need notes to prompt yourself. Third, revise your speech as necessary to keep it within the time limit set by your instructor or whatever invite you to speak. Fourth, prepare your speaking notes. Use whatever system works best for you. Some speakers use pictorial symbols to remind themselves of a story or an idea. Others use complete sentences or just words or phrases in an outline pattern to prompt them. Many teachers advocate using note cards for speaking notes. Some speakers use an iPad for other electronic display. If you do use electronic notes, it is with to have a hard copy backup. And then rehearse your speech standing up so that you can get a feel for your use of gesture as well as your voice delivery. Do not try to memorize your speech or plan specific gestures. As you rehearse, you may want to modify your speaking notes to include reminders to gesture or pause at the key point. If you can, present your speech to someone else so that you can practice establishing a context. Seek feedback from your captive audience about both your delivery and your speech context. If possible, record audio or video of your rehearsals. Most smartphones, computers, and computer tablets have a built-in camera and microphone. When listening to or viewing the recording, observe your vocal and physical mannerism and make necessary changes. Many speakers still find it useful to practice before a mirror so that they can observe their body language. It's low text, but it still works. Rehearse using all your presentation aids. Don't wait until the last minute to plan, prepare, and rehearse with computer-generated slides or other aids that you will need to manipulate as you speak. And then your final rehearsal should recreate as much as possible the speaking situation you will face. If you will be speaking in a large classroom, find a large classroom in which to rehearse your speech. If your audience will be stayed informatically in Simiracle, then this should be the context in which you rehearse your speech. The more realistic the rehearsal, the more confidence you will gain. And the last, practice good delivery skill while rehearsing. Remember this maxim: practice makes perfect if practice is perfect. Maybe that's only my video and thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.